Hi, how would you rate yourself when it comes to flexibility of your body? With that question, let us open up to day 4 of Secrets of Physical Fitness. In fitness, we have understood that fitness is about being generally prepared, and so far we have covered three components of general physical preparedness. Today, we'll move on to the fourth component, and that is flexibility. How would you rate yourself in terms of your flexibility? Now, what exactly is flexibility? Let's understand firstly the technical definition and then we will go into details of that. Flexibility is the ability of the human body to maintain a full and complete range of motion around joints. How flexible are you in terms of every joint that you have? The joints, we all know what the joints are. There are the wrist, the ankle, the hip, the knees, the elbows, the shoulders, and many more. Every joint that we have in our body. How are we flexible in each joint in terms of moving that joint to its maximum capacity? Now, maximum capacity is if I'm able to move my thumb, for example, along this joint completely down over here, then I can say, yeah, this is my range of motion. If I'm able to move my hand all the way down and all the way up, that is my range of motion. How flexible are you in terms of all your joints? Flexibility is a very, very important part of general physical preparedness because in whatever we do, our movement is determined by the flexibility at the joints. Now, think about general preparedness. Where would you need flexibility? Of course, everywhere, right? Even when you're moving up and sitting up in chairs, sitting down and standing up from your chair, what is needed? The movement along the hip joints, the movement on the knee joints, everywhere. All the movements that are happening, how easily it is for you to move. If you are already, groaning and moaning while getting up and all, then that just speaks about your flexibility. And that is why, like I mentioned on day one, you need to avoid long spells of sitting for a long time. Get up from time to time, move around, keep stretching. Even if your work involves sitting and working for longer time, keep stretching, move around, move your arms, stretch, flex a bit. Stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. Take a nice walk around. Then it's not about taking a brisk walk this time. It's just about moving and then coming back. Keep moving in a way that you are able to keep your muscles and rather your joints active. Stretching is the best exercise for your flexibility. There are two kinds of stretching over here. The first kind of stretching is holds. They are called as, again, technically, they are called as static passive stretches. Like when we hold postures in yoga, they are what helps you to hold your muscles for a longer period of time. They also help you in elongating the shape of your muscle. It helps you to come back to its normal level after having stretched it. So, do as much as you can in terms of holds, whether they are holding various asanas that you have in yoga. You can, of course, look up on that because we don't have time to cover all the asanas that are required for stretching and flexibility. But most of the asanas in yoga are about increasing your flexibility. Hold, when you say hold at least for 10 to 15 seconds. Again, don't think that asanas are meant to be all complex asanas and you are probably not even able to get into it. I know some of you may be able to get into it, and some of you would say, oh my god, yoga asana is so complex. I'm talking about simple stretches. You may just stand and bend down to touch your feet. Hold on for 10 to 15 seconds. Even if you're not able to touch your hands to the feet, just hold there. Stay there. Hold for 10 to 15 seconds. You can stretch alongside a lateral stretch. Again, while standing, you can do this, or this side, or this way completely. See what is your maximum range of motion. How much can you go maximum? And don't just Do it and come back. Hold there. Hold it. When you hold, you're training your muscle to stay there in that position for a longer time. So these are static passive holds or stretches, and they are really helpful. When you do your workout, like we spoke about aerobic exercise and anaerobic exercise, static passive stretches or holds can be done after the workout. They help to elongate your muscle after huge intense workout that you have done. Okay. The second type of stretch are mobility stretches, or they are called as dynamic stretches. These are those warm up exercises that we do before the workout. Again, when you get into any kind of workout, whether it is cardio, whether it is weights, all the examples that we spoke about in the first 3 days, before you get into that, make sure that you do some warm up. And again, warm up could be similar to what I said this way, but this time you will not hold. You will quickly move, do around 10 to 15 repetitions of each, and then move to the next one. Okay, so broadly, there are two types of stretching exercises. One is the dynamic stretch or mobility stretch, which you do for a series of repetitions that you do before the workout. And the other type is the holds that you will do after the workout. Okay, so the importance of stretch is that it gives you the improved range of motion, increases your flexibility. Of course, that's what we're talking about. It also helps you to maintain a neutral spine. Our spinal cord is one of the most fundamental elements of our body. How to maintain a neutral spine when we are walking, when we are moving, when we are holding, when you're lifting weight, whatever we are doing in day to day life. When you are stretching, you are training your muscles to also reduce the risk of injury. One of the main reasons of injury is wrong form and technique, which we spoke about 2 days back. Another major reason of injury is having stiff muscles and trying to suddenly lift weights or suddenly start walking. Understand your body type, especially if you are planning to do workout after a long time. Maybe you got inspired by these videos and you think, okay, I will now start walking and start working out and start doing at least body weight trainings. Do not directly jump to that. Before you do that, do some warm up in the form of these kind of stretches. And another very, very important benefit of stretching and flexibility is that your blood circulation improves. You are triggering and activating the blood circulation in all areas of your body. So, that is it for today. Work out on your flexibility, see how flexible you are. And yes, one more thing. And this applies not only to flexibility, even the earlier parts. Do not expect super marvelous results or magical results immediately after 2-3 days of applying what I'm telling you here. All this requires consistency. You may think that I have started working out, I've started going on walks, like nothing is happening, I'm not losing weight, I'm not getting flexible, I'm still panting. Yes, that may happen especially if you're doing it after a long time. That's natural to happen. Allow that. Become aware of all of that. And then be consistent. Be consistent at least for 90 days to see the results. All right. So there are more elements of general physical preparedness coming up. Let me quickly summarize the 4 that we've covered so far. On day 1, we did cardiovascular fitness. Day 2, we have done muscular endurance. On day 3, we spoke about muscular strength. And today, day 4, we have discussed about flexibility. See you tomorrow with the 5th component of general physical preparedness. Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Help Talks are daily health-related talks held at Health Education Library for People, Mumbai, India. For more information visit www.healthlibrary.com. Subscribe to Help Talks channel. Be better informed about your health.